I wanted to surprise my wife, so I secretly went to her concert. When I ran into her, a famous male star, David Fitch, smiled evilly in the lounge backstage. Who do you like better, me or that useless man in your family? Stella Mary kissed him flatteringly. How can he compare with you? Through the half-open door, I tore the new album contract she had dreamed of into pieces. It was 2 o'clock in the morning when Stella returned home. She walked into the bedroom with a smell of alcohol, and I had already laid down to rest. Stella said coquettishly, "Hubby, I drank too much at the celebration party and my head hurts so much. In the past, no matter how late she came back, I would wait for her and cook her a bowl of sobering soup. But this time, I didn't even open my eyes." Stella thought I was asleep, and she snorted in dissatisfaction beside the bed. When I took her pajamas to the bathroom, her mobile phone on the pillow vibrated. A message from David popped up on the screen. "Baby, I miss you, even after just a few minutes of separation." Stella finished her bath and quietly laid down beside me. She had her back to me, and the screen of her mobile phone was always on. Her uncontrollable low laughter could be heard from time to time. I stayed up all night. The next morning, I saw unspeakable marks on her black lace panties among the pile of clothes in the bathroom. When I was lost in thought, Stella came behind me and hurriedly snatched the panties away. "This is a little dirty. I can wash it myself." She didn't know that when she was flustered, her eyes would blink very quickly. I didn't react to much and lightly said, "Oh." Not long after, Stella asked her assistant to bring a large bag of fresh ingredients. She said that she was on vacation and would make lunch for me personally. She was busy in the kitchen all morning, and the table was gradually filled with my favorite dishes. This warm scene formed a sharp contrast with the haze in my heart. If I hadn't witnessed her having an affair with David yesterday, I would never have believed that Stella, who had vowed to love me forever, would cheat on me 6 months after marriage. Just after eating 2 bites of food, Stella hesitated and said, "Hubby, tomorrow is my birthday." I put down my knife and fork. "Then what?" She then continued, "I invited the company's artists to come to our house to celebrate it." I understood what she meant. "Don't worry, I'll be invisible." Because of her profession, we chose to get married in secret. Except for a few executives of the entertainment company, almost no one knew that she was married. After getting a satisfactory answer, Stella was obviously relieved. When she was about to say something, her cell phone rang. Seeing the incoming call, she glanced at me guiltily and took the phone to the balcony. After a while, she came back and said apologetically, "Hubby, I forgot that I had an important announcement today." I nodded. "Go ahead." After Stella left, I threw all the dishes on the table that were almost untouched into the trash can. When I first met Stella, she was still a social media celebrity who live-streamed singing on the street. I was attracted by her appearance and voice. I took the initiative to ask for her contact information, and we soon confirmed our relationship. Stella was hardworking, ambitious, and capable. After knowing her dream, I recommended her to participate in a popular talent show. I used my connections and carefully planned to make her stand out overnight and become a rising star that everyone was paying attention to. During a date, I joked, "You are famous now, and there must be a lot of boys pursuing you." Yet, she affectionately looked at me. "Yes, but the one I like is you." Stella's New Year's wish last year was to marry me. I was so moved that I took her to the city hall to get the certificate that day, despite my family's opposition. In order to take better care of Stella, I quit my job and willingly became a house hubby. However, I didn't expect that my trust and dedication would be exchanged for her lies and betrayal. On Stella's birthday, I left early. I sat in the library all day and didn't go home until it closed. The dim light shone through the apartment window, and I guessed that Stella's birthday party was over. Since I forgot to bring my keys, I rang the doorbell. Stella opened the door and found me. Her face suddenly changed. She lowered her voice and said unhappily, "Didn't I send you a message to come back later?" My phone ran out of power in the afternoon and turned off automatically. At this time, a man's voice came from the bathroom. "Stella, who is it?" "David," Stella responded in a panic. "It's okay. It's just a rag collector." After that, she winked at me and slammed the door. It instantly closed my last bit of attachment to Stella. I sat on the stone bench in the park for a long time. It was so long that my legs were numb. I then saw David wrapped tightly and came out of the apartment building. He got into a BMW. I sneered and thought, wow, what birthday party. They really had fun tonight, hadn't they? When Stella found me, I was dozing on the stone table. She then guilty said, "Hubby, I'm sorry. I have to lie to you before. You know I have to do it, right? Please, understand me." I ignored her and went upstairs. Stella was still chattering behind me. Fortunately, I was quick-witted just now. You also know that I am in the rising period of my career now. If it is revealed that I am married, it will be over. I suddenly remembered that we were almost photographed by paparazzi on the way home together, not long after we got married. At that time, I was still in shock. Yeah, so fortunate that we were not discovered. Otherwise, your star journey would be ruined. Stella looked indifferent. "It will be exposed one day, hubby. I wish the whole world knew that you are my husband." She was so good to play someone's heart that she could think she could change my mood so quickly. The room was a mess. Garbage was everywhere. Cake cream was smeared everywhere, and there were even 2 leftover steaks on the table. It was obvious that the 2 of them had a great time. In the bathroom, the shower gel mixed with adult's liquid lingered in the humid air. I subconsciously looked at the trash can. Sure enough, there was a used condom lying in the paper ball. However, Stella never noticed my sight. She even asked in a coquettish tone, "Hubby, where's my birthday present?" Birthday present? Well, I did prepare a good birthday present for her some time ago. It was the contract for the new album she had dreamed of. The entertainment company only planned to focus on training one artist in the second half of the year, and this contract was the key to success. However, I've torn up that birthday present when I was at the backstage at her concert that night. Seeing that I didn't respond, Stella looked disappointed. Hubby, did you forget to buy me? You haven't paid enough attention to me these past 2 days. Looking at her sad expression, my mind flashed back to our past happiness and joy. My heart was shaken a little. Whom did you invite to come to our house today? If she took the initiative to admit it, I invited all my best friends. She read out a long list of artists' names without blushing or beating her heart, but David was not one of them. At this moment, my last fantasy about her was shattered. I took out a document from the bedside table and handed it to her. Stella's eyes lit up. Whoa, you said you didn't prepare a gift, but now you wanted to surprise me. I chuckled. If she thought that it was a birthday gift, then it was okay. Sure enough, when Stella saw the words on the document clearly, her smile froze on her face. Nick, what do you mean? The divorce agreement was drafted yesterday afternoon. I could accompany my lover through hardships and made sacrifices for her. Yet, I couldn't tolerate her disloyalty. The day before yesterday, I went to the concert and went backstage. Guess what I saw at the door of your lounge? Hearing this, Stella's face turned pale. Her hand that was holding the divorce agreement trembled slightly. I suddenly felt that she should not be a singer. An actress might be more suitable for her. Nick, listen to my explanation, she said anxiously. David is just my guest. We are just acting. Acting? I smiled and kicked the trash can in the bathroom in front of her. Is this also acting? If it wasn't dirty, I would even want to throw the condom in her face. Stella saw the contents of the trash can clearly. The remaining blood color on her face completely faded away. You'd better sign it quickly after reading the content. Let's make an appointment to go to the city hall to complete the procedures. I couldn't stay in this dirty place for a moment. I walked to the door and stopped. I turned around and met Stella's eyes full of expectations and a hint of begging. I pulled the corner of my mouth and shortly said, I forgot to say, happy birthday. I checked into the hotel. After charging my phone, I saw that Stella had sent me a string of messages. The content was mostly quibbling and confession. She said that she and David were just hyping, and she just wanted to get the company's autumn artist quota through David. She said that she only loved me, never thought of divorcing me, and would never agree to a divorce. In the next second, she called me, but I hung it up. I decided to block all her contact number. On the weekend, I was invited to attend an awards ceremony. By any chance, I ran into David in the banquet hall. When I walked past him, he stopped me. It was too dark that night that I couldn't see you clearly. Stella said you looked average, but I think you are tall and handsome. In fact, you're pretty good. It turned out that he saw me on Stella's birthday. He had always known about my existence. David looked at me with contempt and said, however, even if you look so pretty, you're just an ordinary person, not as content as me. You'd better know your place. Don't rely on Stella and ruin her future. At this time, Stella also came. When she saw me, the expression on her face changed unpredictably. David intimately leaned over to Stella's ear and reminded her, Stella, he intentionally came here. He might want to retaliate against you and expose your relationship. Stella's face turned hard when she heard it. She lowered her voice and urged, Nick, you can go first. We will talk about it later in the house if you want to. Seeing that I didn't move, Stella got anxious. Nick, I agree to whatever you want. Don't get me a trouble in this occasion, okay? A few days ago, she was still swearing to me on WhatsApp. Then she regarded me as a virus and wanted to kick me away. I smiled. Stella's character was really disgusting. I took advantage of the situation and said, okay, if you agree to divorce, I won't make a fuss. When Stella was hesitating, she saw a group of media reporters and entertainment company executives coming over here. She instantly got panicked. She hurriedly urged, okay, fine, go now. I smiled and took a step back. I turned to walk towards the crowd in ease. Stella was so scared that her face turned blue. She rushed over to force me away. Our dispute attracted everyone's attention. Stella took the initiative and said to those people, he's one of my fans who sneaked into the banquet to make trouble. I was about to ask the security to drive him away. As she said that, she really waved and called the security. Suddenly, a female star in gorgeous clothes and diamond high heels walked up to me. She looked at Stella with contempt. Stella, you're being delusional, aren't you? Don't you know who he is? This chapter ends. Due to copyright issues, I can't update. Part 2. Click the blue button in the lower left corner and search code, see the rest.